Have I been talking with lipstick on my teeth this whole time? Hello, you guys. I think I have the lighting down packed. Let me know what you think. I've been working on it for the last hour and a half. In my last video, well, my last video, my powders video, it was a little dark. So I'm like, okay, let's do a little switcheroo in the camera settings and my lighting. Hi, I'm Magdalene Janet. If you don't know who I am, don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss any videos because I'm always here hanging out, having a good time. I'm kind of on a what's good makeup, what categories of makeup are good, or the things I love in each category. There's so much new makeup and reviewing new makeup all the time. I just wanted to switch it up. You guys saw my favorite 2025 powders. Let's work on powder blushes. So powder blushes, I did not put any blush on because I'm kind of gonna add it on today. Let's ignore the lipstick on my teeth. It'll eventually come off. I may end up with 100 layers of blushes. Remember when that trend was going on? But we'll see. Actually, let's start with the first blush because I added this blush underneath and I'm gonna add some footage here to show you. The new Rare Beauty cream to matte, they're technically called matte bouncy blushes. They are a cream to powder formula. They work very well on wet skin like foundation, as you see here me applying it, and over powder. That's what I love about these. They're very versatile. It can be like a two-in-one. It could be both your liquid and your powder blush. Extremely pigmented. You guys saw when I added it on my cheek, like whoopsie, but you know how I feel about my blush blindness. I have it all the time. Okay, loud car. But it's okay. It is what it is. I have a very small face too, so that's why I need to be very careful on my blush placement. But at the same time, I kind of forget. These blushes are great if you want a dual two-in-one product, which is always nice. Rare Beauty is pretty affordable. It's one of the higher end brands that is fairly affordable at Sephora. I absolutely love these. Amazing blushes that I love. Oh my god, I didn't get my drugstore out. Hold on. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the second time I'm filming this video because I filmed it yesterday, but the lighting was so messed up. I'm like, let's refilm it again. And today I'm like, you know what? Let's actually add the blush on. Let's talk about high-end since I started with high-end, and then we'll go to the drugstore. Typically, I like to do it the other way around, but it's okay. It's okay. So blushes I've been obsessed with since they released are these Armani. I believe they're called glow blushes. They're not really glow. Some have a shimmer finish. Some have a matte finish. You know, I love me a good matte finish because I do have oily skin. And you can see how much I love both of these shades. 51 Amore and 30 Offbeat. I literally know the name because only the number is here on the back. These are freaking amazing. They're subtly pigmented. That's what I like to call it. It gives you a slight color. Here, let me show you. This is a clean brush. This is the Morphe A22 brush, by the way. Look, if you want just a little, this blush will give that to you. Right? And I love it. But at the same time, if you want to add more and really build it up, you really can. I'm going to use the coral shade and just add a little bit. Really, this is how my blush should look every time, but it doesn't. I love these blushes. They're great. They've been out for a few years. They're not even new, and they're still on my top blush use rotation because they are that fantastic. So definitely recommend if you're looking for something high-end, a little, you know, bougie. Two brands that I find that are very similar and that I like equally is Makeup Forever and NARS. Makeup Forever Wherever Rose is literally one of my favorite blushes. This is also a very subtle blush and it doesn't build as much as the Armani. It'll always give you like a nice subtle touch, and that's what I love about it because I am heavy-handed, and anytime I'm like adding blush, it doesn't really like go on super heavy unless my base is wet, which has happened before. And NARS, the same thing, very subtle. You can see the pigment here, but at the same time, it gives you like a flush of color. I find that NARS and Makeup Forever are very similar. They're artistry brands. They're brands that really have lasted the test of time because they are great brands. And the blushes, same thing. You get that very subtle pigmented look. It's very nice. Orgasm is one of NARS's most popular shades. This is called Orgasm Edge, and it is a matte. They re-released their shades, I think like a year ago. I believe they added more shades to the mix, so I really like that. But look, blush is looking good. This side has more. Let's move it right on over to MAC has these Glow Play blushes. This is the shade Heat Index. I've had this for a very long time. It kind of has this cream feel. Look, very pigmented, right? But it applies, I find like it applies more as a powder on your cheek. Let me blend it so my blush doesn't go too crazy because I'm gonna try to film another video. You guys know MAC is a brand that is just very pigmented. You'll always get a good quality product with MAC. If you like something a lot more pigmented, vibrant, MAC blushes are the ones for you. The NARS, the Armani, the Makeup Forevers are going to be more of a subtle finish. Of course, you can always build up with most of these brands that I'm going to talk about. You can build up your blushes. Sephora Collection is a brand that I really like at Sephora. I feel like people don't talk about it too much, but most of their makeup products I really like. I think they're done very well. It's expected because it is a Sephora brand. It's a representative of what Sephora stands for, and they released these like highlight luminizer blushes that feel, they're a powder, but I don't know, they give you like this kind of cream finish that really adheres to your skin and it doesn't accentuate pores and texture. Typically highlights or like things that have glow will accentuate some sort of texture, but these do not. I was literally obsessed with this. I like glow blushes like this instead of like a highlighter because you get a 2-in-1 product. Again, you get the color of like the blush you want and a little bit of sheen. Doesn't deposit so much highlight and glow where you're like, whoa, I look too highlighty. It's like this nice subtle look. You know, you see what it did? I just love it. I just love it. These are amazing. This is not new either. I think it released like 2 years ago. I feel like the years just go by so fast. I don't even know what year it is anymore. Just kidding, I do, but you know what I mean. 2 brands that completely surprised me is, let's start off with Kosas. Kosas released these blushes last year. I remember vividly because when I saw them, I wasn't that excited. I thought the packaging was cute. But you know, Kosas is one of those your skin but better brands, clean face makeup or clean girl makeup, all that aesthetic. But girl, when I tried this out, especially this shade Butterflies is my favorite, and this one Thrill, girl, let's mix it. Here I go. The pigment these have, but because they're baked blushes, which typically means it's like a powder and a glow in one. I loved it. I love it. It's not like this. This is more of a glowy. This baked, it has like 2 formulas in one, I would say. It's not matte, but it's not glowy. I just love the pigmentation. I love how it just sat on the skin. They lasted all day, and for it to be a brand like Kosas, I was not expecting much, okay? I was expecting like a very, I don't know, maybe lacklustery sort of blush. Something that, I don't know, didn't have much pigment. I was so surprised how beautifully these work. I was using them a lot. I really like them, especially because I have oily skin. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like a baked blush. Baked blushes are typically not my go-to. I just like matte. But when I tried these, it's like you did get the best of both worlds. Like you get matte and a little bit of glow. With the Rare Beauty, you get cream powder. With these are just matte, very simple application, done, right? I'm trying to keep a variety of blushes so you can choose what will work best for you. A little highlight action. You guys saw how it meshed all the blush together. You see my blush doesn't look super harsh because of this. I think I'm gonna add some more of this when I finalize this video. Another blush that I really like is the Patrick Ta Cream to Powder blushes. This, when it came out, it was quite revolutionary because you got in one palette the cream and the blush. This is very pigmented. They have several, look at that pigment, several different shades. The cream formula is very creamy, kind of like lightweight. I find it like to be a gloss cream as opposed to like a cream finish. I really like this formula. I think Patrick Ta makeup, he's really been consistent with his makeup. His makeup is very glam but glowy, your skin but better, all at the same time. Typically you think of glam as like a full face of matte, but I do find that Patrick Ta is very glam, but in a very skin-like, clean girl aesthetic with the smoky eye type. And I kind of like the vibe. I feel it because I do that sometimes too, where I want like a whole eye look and the skin could be a little simple. These blushes are great. They went viral for a reason because the quality you get is good, especially for the price. It is pricey, but you do get 2 products typically in one, and it is convenient for you to take instead of taking 2 products like a cream and a powder. The last high-end powder blushes that really I was so surprised, Tower 28. These are beautiful. They have in their ingredients, they have this clay where it lays onto your skin very well, and it also helps prevent oils from coming through, which makes these blushes last all day long. And let me tell you, girl, they last all day freaking long. Sawtelle blush is like this little mauve shade, which is cute. I gave my niece the one I really liked, which was Culver. I think it was called Culver something, which was like, you know, an orange shade. You know, I love me a good orange blush. But the way these apply, I was very skeptical because, again, I feel like Tower 28 is a very beach, protecting your skin, more skincare based makeup brand than like pigment, you know, things that last long. When I put this blush on, and this is actually a new blush, I just reviewed it not too long ago. It kind of goes on very pigmented, but in the most lightweight way possible. I've never seen that before. You could pick up a lot of product in your brush, you add it on, and it applies well, but it's not like a blush blindness immediately. It's a very soft matte blush. It's a matte blush I've never really seen before be so gentle and smoothing to the skin. These, I will say, are truly one of my new favorite blushes. I was so surprised how good, how beautiful, how soft they applied, and they come in several different shades. So girl, Tower 28 is out here doing her thing. These are my high-end options. The drugstore, I feel like blushes are not it, but also I don't have every single drugstore blush or high-end blush. So if I'm missing one that you really like, let us know, because maybe I need to go blush shopping, because a lot of these blushes are not new, except for the Tower 28 one. I think, yeah, these are all like oldies but goodies, tried and true blushes. But hey, if it ain't broke, we ain't fixing it, okay? I'm talking about old. These L'Oreal blushes released, I think now 3 years ago. Girl, when you want pigment, you're gonna get pigment off of these. I won't even put it on right now because this thing is pigmented. They come in 4 shades. A little bit goes a long way. This will last you forever. Even if you wear blush every day, if you just put a little bit on, let me show you. I won't put it on my face, but look at this pigment. And here, let's just look at, girl, this pigment is serious, and I kind of love it. I love pigmented products. I just always have to remember to have a gentle hand. I tend to be a little heavy-handed. A pigmented product is not bad. Just make sure you know it's pigmented, and make sure you go in with a very light hand when you add the product, especially when it comes to blush. You don't want to have it go all over the place. Look, that little bit already, you can see it. So these blushes are really great for the drugstore. I think these are fantastic for the pigment you get and the $12 you pay for it. I believe that's how much they cost. Another one that is new is Morphe. I feel like Morphe has revamped themselves from the past, like, I don't know, 3 years. They just released these blushes, the Cheek Thrills. This is Cabana Club. It comes with 3 formulas, a cream, a satin shimmer, and a powder. Very similar to the one size ones. The one size ones are great, but if you can get like a dupe, and I feel like this is a like exact dupe, why not? I think the idea, yeah, was inspired by somebody else, but hey, if you can get something a little more affordable, why not? Honestly, when it comes to makeup, I think like a lot of people are just duping one another out. So I'm not opposed to a dupe, but I really, look at that pigment. When I see dupes, I really try to make sure it is a dupe. Not because it looks the same, is it a dupe, or because it has a similar name or a similar color. This, for example, not only is it similar, is very dupe from the one size. Again, if you want something convenient, a 3-in-1 product, if you like a lot of blush, I think this is going to be the most bang for your buck because you have 3 different formulas and finishes that you can add all at once or use individually, and it's at an affordable price. Morphe is mainly sold at Ulta Beauty, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, here's another shade from Morphe, which is a pressed ski. That is like the pink version. By the way, I've been loving red blushes. Red blushes are very beautiful. They go very well on brown skin because on our skin tone, it doesn't look red like the packaging. Depending on the undertone, it could be like an orange, tangerine, coral shade on your cheek because it's mixing in with your pigment. So I kind of like that. But you know me already, I love me a good coral blush. I don't know when I hopped on that train, but I have not gotten off of that train because the way I love my orange blushes, my coral blushes, can't get me away from it, okay? Another baked blush that I feel like is one of, I don't know if it's the originators of baked blushes, but Essence has had this baked blush for a really long time. Essence is a very affordable makeup brand at Ulta, and again, you get this baked finish that you get great pigment. Let me add it on this hand. And a lot of Essence makeup, girl, is like $5, $6. If you want something very affordable, look at this pan, it's pretty big. Very similar to Kosas. I won't say it's the exact same, but it does have a very similar finish. Get this one. Essence is also cruelty-free. A great brand. I've used Essence a lot, and for $5, $6, maybe $7 now because prices are going up, you can't go wrong with their baked blushes. The last but not least drugstore blushes that I love, you already know. Can you guess? Let me know in the comments right now. Let me know. Is NYX Butter Melt blushes. These released, shoot, I think last year, early last year, I think. The way I am obsessed with these, and not only do I use these damn near every day, look, I haven't even hit pan because these are that pigmented. When I tell you, girl, I'm gonna show you the pigment here. Let's clean off this brush. And not only that, they're pigmented, they're affordable, they come in several different shades. It goes well with a lot of skin tones. They come in 2 finishes, I believe, matte and satin. This matte is so, it's not matte where it's super drying. It kind of has like some pearls in it, but ooh, not too much. Oh my gosh, this blush I love so freaking much. You see how much it added a lot. The formula is buttery soft, literally like the name. The pigment is there. These are just as pigmented as one another, but for some reason I find that the NYX one is a little bit softer, I would say. And it's probably because of the finish. They have a little bit of a satin matte finish as opposed to L'Oreal's is pretty matte. And I just feel like this hugs the skin extremely well. I love these so much. There's nothing that they could do to have me not like these blushes. These, I will say, are the best blushes at the drugstore thus far, until some other people come up with something new. But these blushes have been my holy grail since they released because of that pigment and just the way it looks on your skin. I absolutely love. For the drugstore, I feel like we need a little more help on the blush front. Unless I'm missing some. Am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing some. I don't think I have every single one. Let's add more of this glow. You're gonna see how it's gonna like just blend everything together. Let me know what blushes I'm missing at the drugstore. I feel like the drugstore, when it comes to powdered bronzers, blushes, it's good as a basic, like as a beginner level. High end, because they come with additional shades, undertones, some different formulas. I feel like the high-end brands have taken the blush market and like ran with it. The drugstore like is still a little bit struggling, but NYX is very high-end drugstore to me because the quality is so fantastic. Everything they do, they pretty much do well. Not everything is my favorite thing, but when it comes to blushes, bronzers, eyebrow products, NYX is that girl. Also L'Oreal. L'Oreal's up there too. Yeah, this is it, fam. Let me know your thoughts about blushes. Do you love blushes as much as I do? Because I feel like without blush, my makeup is not complete. You guys saw when I came in, I was like, I don't know, I was like feeling like I needed something, and that was the blush. I honestly would prefer blush more than bronzer if I had had to choose, I would choose blush. That's my preference, but what is your preference? Are you a blush lover or do you not wear blush? I know a lot of people don't wear blush either, but let me know your thoughts. This was so much fun. A quick recap. Do you want to see more recaps? Maybe like my favorite bronzers, my favorite cream blushes, favorite foundations? Yeah, girl, I'm gonna get to that soon. But I do want to sprinkle these all now just so we can talk about what we have now, you know, because we don't always have to buy new products. If you have this in your collection, you're set. You know, I don't think I need new blushes. I think I have more than enough blushes here, but let me know your thoughts. You guys know we're always chit-chatting in the comments. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Have I been talking with lipstick on my teeth this whole time? A little bit. Okay, ciao, ciao.